here we are. This is Sex Love Psychedelics, and I'm your host, Dr. Kat, bringing you psychosexual conversations that will leave you intellectually turned on and hungry for more.
Yeah, but it comes back to what you said earlier, that self-trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you expand on that a little bit more? Like, what would somebody need to experience to access self-trust to go there?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. Well, there's a lot of different things you might need some help trusting. You might need help trusting that what you want matters and that it's okay to want it and that it's accurate. Like I may be sitting here and I think, okay, I would like to have my back scratched, but no, that couldn't be right. I don't trust that.
Oof,
Well,
yeah.
how we do that all the time, you know. So with this, it's an opportunity to learn to trust that inner impulse is accurate.
Mm.
It might not be something that I actually am going to ask for a lot of reasons, but it's accurate and it matters.
Mm-hmm.
It matters that I want a back scratch or whatever it is. So there's trusting that my desires matter. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's also trusting that it's okay to say no to your request. If you want to do X, Y, Z, and I'm not quite up for that, I need to trust that, oh, I'm a no to that. And similarly, we do the same thing when it comes to saying no. We say, well, I don't want to do that, but gosh, I should, because what's wrong with me? You know, I'm not liberated enough. I'm not spiritual enough. I'm not sexy enough, blah, 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 blah. So therefore, I will go and do the thing, even though I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And we all do that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's learning to trust that your no is accurate and it matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's another kind of trust. And I think there's also a kind of trust in trusting myself that I will speak up for myself in the thick of it as I need to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing with me, we're wrestling around or something, and suddenly I'm like, oh, nope, that doesn't work for me. Am I trustworthy to actually speak up? And that requires some skill. It's not just, oh, that's a good idea. We already know it's a good idea, but it takes some practice and some skill. And so if you want to trust yourself, the thing to do is become trustworthy. Then the trusting yourself will be automatic.
Mm.
If you're trying to trust yourself and you don't actually have the skills for it, that's a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could trust myself to fly a jet airplane, but I don't know how. So I would be very wise not to trust myself on that, you know.
Yeah.
So you gain the skills to be trustworthy, and then the trust will follow naturally.
Yeah.
I also need to trust that I can respect your boundaries and your limits. So if I asked you, you know, will you do X, Y, Z, and you say, or if I ask you, can I play with your hair or your feet or whatever, and you say, yes, up to here, or yes, but don't pull it. I need to be trustworthy to honor that limit that you have set. And a lot of times when people get turned on or they're moving faster or more excited, they forget.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to cut it for a grown-up. Yeah. So I developed the skills, and the 3-minute game will help you develop the skill of knowing that you can stop and respect the other person's boundaries. And then with that skill, you become trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the trust will automatically follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for all of our audience who's listening, trust and going slow makes your partner wet or turn on. wet pussy, trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dry, going too fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
No trust.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
That's
Another a funny thing about trust is that people will often say, "Oh, I need to trust my partner more." This especially will come up in the role in which, say, you're touching me the way you want, and I'm basically giving you my body for this 3 minutes.
mm-hmm.
And people will often in that position say, "Oh, I need to trust my taker more." I say, no, you need to trust yourself,
Oof.
because the person who's doing the thing, they can always make a mistake. I mean, they're human. Of course, they're going to make mistakes sometimes. But if I have the skills to say stop or slow down or oops, not there, now I can be trustworthy to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can trust myself. And when I trust myself, a lot of things, I become very relaxed, much more flexible. I can go anywhere because I can trust myself to say stop.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't trust myself to say stop, I can really hardly leave my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So
And everybody can
gaining the
relax.
skills to be trustworthy yourself, then you can go a lot of different places.
Yeah, and everybody can relax to that. There's not this nonverbal guarding or tensing,
right?
Thinking that that's communicating to our partner, but our partner is not able to understand that. Yeah. So there's a level of us taking self-responsibility to know what our limits are, the skills are, to say no, so that we can speak on behalf of ourselves.
Yeah, and you'll make mistakes, of course. I mean, we all do. And that's why I encourage people to start it slowly and gently. Start with your clothes on. Start with touch that doesn't feel particularly sexy to you, because as you gain the skill, then you'll need it as things get more exciting.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in, lovers. And if you want to experience more ecstasy and sexual liberation, head over to sexlovepsychedelics.com and learn about how you can join me for any one of my online or live events. And while you're there, grab my free guide on sex and psychedelics. Remember, this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please contact your healthcare provider and local law before pursuing any of the products or psychedelics discussed. And one final note here. I make this show specifically for you. If you're loving the show, then be sure to leave me a review in iTunes or Spotify to let me know. Happy to be here and happy to serve. I'll see you next time on Sex Love Psychedelics.